The 1970 FIFA World Cup was the ninth edition of the FIFA World Cup, the quadrennial international football championship for men's national teams. Held from May 31 to June 21 in Mexico, it was the first World Cup to be held outside Europe and South America, and the first to be held in North America. Teams representing 75 nations from all 6 inhabited continents entered the tournament, and qualification began in May 1968. 14 teams qualified from this process to join hosts Mexico and defending champions England in the 16-team final tournament. El Salvador, Israel, and Morocco made their first appearances in the finals. In the final, Brazil won 4-1 against Italy, another 2-time FIFA champion, and UEFA Euro 1968 winner. Brazil also overcame 2-time champions and South American champions Uruguay 3-1 in the semifinals, and defending champions England 1-0 in the group stage, when they were also eliminated by West Germany in the quarter-finals. This remains the only time that the winning team has beaten the European and South American champions along with the defending champions of the tournament. This victory gave Brazil their third World Cup title, allowing them to keep the Jules Rimet Trophy in perpetuity, and a new trophy was introduced in 1974. The winning team, led by Carlos Alberto and featuring players such as Pele, Gerson, Jairzinho, Rivellino and Testeo, is often regarded as the greatest team of all time. They achieved a perfect record of winning all 6 finals, as well as winning all of their qualifying matches. Despite the problems of altitude and high temperatures, the final produced largely attacking football, setting a record for average goals per game that has never been surpassed in a World Cup final since. With advances in satellite broadcasting, the 1970 final attracted a new record television audience for a FIFA World Cup as the matches were broadcast live around the world, and in some cases in color for the first time. Mexico was chosen as the host nation on October 8, 1964 in a vote at the FIFA Congress in Tokyo, where Argentina was the only country to bid, going on to host the 1978 World Cup. Mexico's selection as host in 1970 marked a number of differences. It was the first World Cup to be held in North America and the first to be held outside of South America and Europe. Mexico had the additional distinction of becoming the first country to host the FIFA World Cup twice at the 1986 World Cup, replacing financially struggling Colombia. A total of 75 teams competed in the 1970 FIFA World Cup, with 73 having to qualify. Due to rejected bids and withdrawals, 68 teams eventually qualified, including 8 for the first time. Mexico as the host nation and England as the reigning World Cup champions were automatically awarded the berths, with the remaining 14 finalist spots divided equally among the continental confederations. Asia, 1 Israel, Africa, 1 Morocco, North, Central America and the Caribbean, 2 Mexico, El Salvador, South America, 3 Brazil, Peru, Uruguay, Europe, 9 Belgium, England, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Italy, Romania, Soviet Union, Sweden, West Germany. Venues, 5 stadiums and 5 cities were selected to host World Cup matches. Format: the 16 qualified teams were divided into 4 groups of 4 teams each. Each group played a round-robin format, with each team playing every other team in its group once. Teams were ranked according to the number of points earned from their matches. 2 points were awarded for a win and 1 point for a draw, and goal difference was used as the main tiebreaker. If the 2 teams finish level on points and goal difference, lots will be drawn to determine the winner. Group stage: Group 1, Soviet Union, Mexico, Belgium, El Salvador. Result: Soviet Union, Mexico are the two teams that reached the quarterfinals. Group 2, Italy, Uruguay, Sweden, Israel. Result: Italy, Uruguay are the two teams that reached the quarterfinals. Group 3, Brazil, England, Romania, Czechoslovakia. Result: Brazil, England are the two teams that reached the quarterfinals. Group 4, West Germany, Peru, Morocco, Bulgaria. Result: West Germany, Peru are the two teams that reached the quarter-finals. Quarter-finals, the hosts took the lead against Italy through José Luis González, but his teammate Javier Guzmán equalized with an own goal before halftime. Italy then dominated the second half to progress to the semifinals with a 4-1 win over hosts Mexico. The Soviet Union were also eliminated in the quarter-finals when Victor Esparrago's header 3 minutes before the end of extra time gave Uruguay a 1-0 win. The all-South American match in Guadalajara was the highest scoring of the 4 quarter-finals as Brazil recorded a 4-2 win over Peru. The match is considered one of the most entertaining in World Cup history. Brazil had 27 shots, Peru had 22. Next up was a rematch of the previous World Cup final between England and West Germany in Lyon. The defending champions led by 2 goals, but Franz Beckenbauer had the deficit when his low shot beat England's second-choice goalkeeper Peter Bonetti, who had played after Gordon Banks had suffered food poisoning the previous day. 8 minutes from time, a header from Uwe Seeler leveled the scores. England's Jeff Hurst then had a legitimate goal ruled out for offside. An extra-time goal from Gerd Müller gave West Germany their first ever win over England, winning 3-2. Semifinals: all 4 semifinalists were former world champions, with the lineup ensuring a European versus South American final. In an all-South American affair, controversially moved from the capital to the lower altitude of Guadalajara, Brazil came from behind to beat Uruguay 3-1 and booked their place in their 4th World Cup final. The all-European encounter between Italy and West Germany produced a match widely regarded as one of the greatest World Cup matches of all time. Having led in the 8th minute through Roberto Bonensegna, Italy were level in stoppage time when sweeper Karl-Heinz Schnellinger scored his only international goal. Extra time saw 5 more goals as the score swung between the two sides until Johnny Rivera gave the Azzurri a 4-3 lead. The final result saw Italy beat West Germany 4-3 and set up a final against Brazil. The match later became known as the Match of the Century, and today there is a plaque outside the Estadio Azteca commemorating the match. 3rd place playoff. West Germany beat Uruguay 1-0 in the 3rd place playoff final. In the final, Brazil opened the scoring when Pele headed in a cross from Rivellino in the 18th minute, but Roberto Bonensegna equalized for Italy after a series of errors by the Brazilian defense. The match remained level until the 65th minute when a powerful strike from Gerson gave Brazil the lead. Further goals from Jairzinho and Carlos Alberto rewarded Brazil's attacking play and secured a 4-1 victory and a record 3rd World Cup title, earning them the right to keep the Jules Rimet Trophy in perpetuity.